Hi, I'm filming a new episode of Difficult Objects tonight, and I don't know what I'm going to talk about yet. One of the new revelations in this series of events is today I ordered some new desk parts. We had this one really lucky day where we found some high-end office furniture. Well, not high-end, but you know, better than IKEA and about as good as anything you're gonna find for just about nothing. I think we paid $120 total for 2 file cabinets, a desk with a hutch, a bookcase, a right-hand desk, and we had a little wing thing, but it broke in transit. But I went ahead and went back to the manufacturer and ordered the left-hand desk and a little connector, so I'm gonna have a giant U-shaped desk. I think this is gonna be really fabulous. The whole working from home thing has been a journey. You know, I've worked from home for years. I was the person who was always going on about, well, when you're working remotely or as a remote team, you should do things like practice good desk hygiene and get up and walk every once in a while, get some socialization. But I've gone through lots of different phases with this whole working from home thing. I mean, when we first started, I was at my old house when the pandemic started, March 13th, 2 years ago. And I went through some phases there. I quickly invested in a better monitor, a 4K monitor with picture-in-picture. Picture-in-picture. It was pretty cool. We still have that monitor. I've since then picked up some really cool gaming monitors, which are a big part of my new computer build. You know, I got a new monitor. I started actually sitting at a desk. I ran every day at lunch. Audrey still went to her babysitter all day. You know, life was as normal as it can be for remote working. And then, you know, life got hard when Dad was sick and all that. I don't even remember. I think I've blanked out a lot of that. I don't remember working during that. I know we got things done, but who knows where my brain was. When we moved into this house, I originally intended to have an office. Downstairs was going to be the kind of playroom, or adult playroom plus kid playroom, you know, the den, the rec room, something along those lines. As Rachel likes to say, the rumpus room. Hey, Odds, how you doing? And that went pretty well for a while. We quickly filled it up with stuff.
I really miss my passy.
Your passy?
It's on the table.
Yeah.
I gotta go get it.
Anyway, I was telling the camera about the downstairs. And I worked down there for a while. And I've migrated all around the house. The last couple of months I've been most comfortable in my Lazy Boy recliner, which seems like a really dad thing to me. But I'm really missing having a desk for the past, I don't know, I'm gonna say since I moved back to Huntsville, I haven't had like a computer nest as I've had in the past. Like even in Pittsburgh, I had my desk with my things, my computer, my chair. It was the place I pretty much lived.
Guys.
You're back? Yeah. You found that passy, that teal one? And so I'm trying to build that here. So we took the dining room, which I always really liked the idea of having a dining room. And we've made it into the office. one of the things we got when we got these bush desks is
Here I am.
the mail sorter, which is basically like memory for a computer, but for your brain. So every one of those slots contains a different mail stop, if you know what a mail stop is. But for me, it's just a category of things. Like each one of us has an inbox. I have a place for cars, for schoolwork, for...
Can I talk in the camera?
Yeah.
I have a box of balls. It's shaped like a circle.
It's shaped like a circle, your ball basket?
Yeah,
you
I want some circle balls that you can play with.
And footballs. They're not circles. Your footballs aren't circles.
They're all balls.
There's a name for that shape, but I don't know what it is.
What is it?
Egg.
Egg?
That's not the right one.
Oval.
You like ovals. Oh, don't knock my drink over. So the moral of the story is, I think one of the things that would be most useful for this
Can I talk on the
channel.
some more?
Yeah, you can talk.
Well, I have some. He's talking.
I can turn the light on.
Uh-huh.
The little thing's gonna go on.
Why?
Oh, you want it aimed at you?
Yeah. Well, I have something else. It things that are up high at my room. You want to go see it? It's really high. I'm scared of high things. But I'm a brave girl.
Well, the camera doesn't have a battery in it right now, so we can't go see your room. But we did just clean your room. I posted it to Facebook, but I didn't post it to YouTube. And we got her room nice and organized, but I didn't really post an after picture, so I think that should be on the docket.
Wait, can I have my pass?
Bloop. But I'm excited because the desks are coming Friday and probably Wednesday of next week. So I'm really working hard to rearrange this room. But I'm also really trying to get the carport cleaned off. We put a lot of boxes of stuff out there and it's mostly crap. So they're like the easiest boxes ever. I've cleaned like 6 this weekend. What else? So I've thought a lot lately about like what this YouTube channel could actually be and whether I actually have it in me to actually teach people about cleaning up big messes. I feel like a lot of these hoarding shows are very into the throw everything away, get a dumpster, get the sad person to give up all their stuff and start fresh. No, who the hell wants to do that? This is cool stuff. I've got some really nice stuff. Got lots of memories in here. And going through it hasn't been too bad. The past couple of boxes of my dad's like personal correspondence have been emotionally taxing a little, but not that bad. Mostly been... Mom just humped at me. I don't know, it was a big box of bills. The best thing in the world is throwing away bills. Like, that's a satisfying thing to do no matter what. Especially when you don't have to pay them. Got my W-2s in the mail today. Since I bought the Mini Cooper, should get a pretty decent tax return, so we'll see how that pans out. I've gone through a couple of different, I'm kind of all over the board here, but one thing you'll see on top of my mail sorter up here is I've kept a lot of the packaging from some of my more recent purchases, like when I just built this computer. In my 20s, I think I built 2 or 3 computers. I kept every box and I kept all the paperwork and never really needed any of that. But I kept it all really organized. I think I've kept some of this in hopes that maybe when I'm done with this stuff I might sell it. And then I've got a couple of computer parts that are still in their boxes. I think I don't keep packaging. I think that's a rule. I kept my TV boxes up until this move. Never been a huge TV person, but in the past couple of years, especially since I had Audrey, I splurged and bought a giant, I think it's an 85-inch TV. And then I had my high-end but very old Samsung TV. I always kept the box for that. So when you moved, you pop your TV in the box. But I really don't plan to ever move again. So keeping TV boxes, womp womp. And my rule for the house is no cardboard. Like I've said in a couple of places, I think cardboard breeds pests. So no packaging. I think that's a rule for people. There are very few people who need to keep the packaging for their objects, and if you don't know that you're one of them, I think that's one of my difficult object rules. The idea of difficult object rules has just popped into my head, so who knows. Wow, I've already talked for 12 minutes. I'm probably going to put this on the cutting board floor. Man, I didn't even go through anything. I'm just talking. Okay, let's cut it here and start over.